What does the power of visibility mean to you?
What visibility means to me is to be seen and noticed.
To me, I think it means that we help share people that otherwise might not have been seen with the world. And those people that have the disabilities that we work with, I think that we not only help the world see how wonderful they are and all the gifts and talents they can bring, but also they start to believe it too.
Visibility to me is to be seen and to be heard of what I want and believe in, to advocate for what I want. So visibility for me is to advocate.
What it means to be visible to me, to lead human rights peer meetings and to be a leader and tell everyone about uniting for change.
To be valued and present and important. I go out and speak to people with my work and stuff. I do different things with my work. I talk to different people that comes in.
They had this grant and they wanted, now what could they do with the money and stuff, and such. And when our staff took Africans up there, and she told them what they really need to do with the money. And that's how we got also, that's how Sandra them got them houses, those condos. They went to advocate for that money. And they say, I'm part of that, and I'm part of this community, and I need this for me. And you know what that man said? He looked at Marion. He said, I cannot afford not to make sure she's taken care of, because she is just that powerful in this town that when she speaks, that she's heard. That's how visible she is.
I think what it means to me is to be seen and to be a vision. And get understanding.
It means that being a self-advocate, it made me feel like a whole different person.
When people with disabilities are visible, it helps to tell the story of everybody being in community, right? It helps other folks to see who their neighbors are and what it means when all of us are present, and to not forget that. So that's a part of what being visible means to me, is that it shows the whole picture of community.
All right, John said, it means I'm a whole person and part of my community, and I have a voice and a future.
It means that what disability means is like, people say what they mean, like, because I hate whenever they say something and then they don't do what they said they were going to do in the first place.
And there's been a lot of pushback from our families. So even though their families know, we're trying to get them visible to their families. That's our biggest focus right now, because, you know, the families sometimes want to hold them back, want to say they can't do things.
To be seen means for people to look at me as a normal person. Don't look at the disability, because I'm just like everybody else. So don't look at the disability. When I present in front of people, it makes me feel respected by a lot of people.
Do people miss you when you're gone? That's what being part of your community and visible is. Do people miss you when you're gone?
For me, being visible means that the politicians and our local leaders don't forget about the disability community, because we are a minority, but most of the time they don't even think about us. And so we need to remind them that we are still in the world, we are still here, and that we need help as well.
What it means to be visible for me, to make me feel like important and not like I'm not invisible. That's what it means to be seen to me.
We just had a retirement party for one of our individuals who worked at the hospital for, was it 25 years, Constance? He's just now retiring. But even though he's retired, they want him to come back to work. They still want him. They want him to come back to work part-time. And in my mind, that's how visibility is.
Yeah.
That person's not there, they're missed.
How everyone knows what it feels like to feel invisible, and several folks touched on that. Like, it means not being invisible. So it's the opposite of that. And that there are times in everyone's life where you might have felt invisible or dismissed or not heard or rejected. And so being visible is showing up and being present and making your presence known, however that comes across, because in our communities, there is no one that's not needed. Everyone's needed to make our communities vibrant places.
My visibility means to me using my talent and putting it to good use. Most of the kids at the baking center or around here, and my niece and nephew look at me as a role model, someone they could talk to if they need anything or want to talk about anything. Could I be more involved in my community?
Being valued, being seen as in a valued role, being seen and respected as who you are, whoever you are.